I mean, it was long, and it's depressing, and it's slow, and I mean, and those little ones you can only knock out so fast if you have little ones, but it's the poo. Moo poo. She's the best. She has been inside all day because she's awesome. Not really. I don't know. I let you out all day today. It was yesterday. It was raining. She makes her cameo. She is wonderful. Yeah, our other little cat died. Got hit by a car like 2 weeks ago. Oh, it was tragic. And it was like a feral cat, and I had to order all this medication from Canada because you can't get like deworming and deparasite medication for animals like over the counter here. I don't know if that's the right word. Like buy it online or just get at the vet's office. They want like a sample of the poo. It's like, it's a feral cat, dude. I can't pet it. I can't do anything, but I know it's got something because it's like skin and bones. So it was like $28. I ordered it from Canada. She got like creamed by a car the day before it got here, the poor little thing. Oh, Peyton was really upset about it. You know, it's like this. Yeah. It happens, you know. It sucks. So, what is up with you? I have been gone for like 2 weeks because Peyton started school. Her sport just started, and oh gosh. Okay, so I put her in cheerleading, think it would be like a 2-day-a-week thing. Because it's like, oh, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7. I'm like, I can handle that. It's after work, I could drop her off, check, pick her up. And I'm like, oh, I love this. It's like 2 days a week. And then the other mom goes, yeah, but we didn't get the game schedule yet. Or the events and the parades. I'm like, oh. Next week, no joke. They have practice on Tuesday, Thursday. They perform at the high school football game on Friday night under the lights. They have their own game on Saturday. And then they're in a parade on Sunday. So I'm glad it's not this weekend because it's Labor Day weekend and that's kind of like not what I really want to be doing. See my shadow back there? But she really likes it. There's only one girl actually that's not true. I think there might be, out of the 70 girls that are in it, this little cheer program, it goes 1st grade through 8th grade. So it's like ages 6 to 14. There's only maybe 6 that are in the 1st grade. So all the other girls are older, and they practice all together even though they cheer at their own age group games. But it's really nice that she has like these older girls and she kind of follows them, you know, and she's got her stuff together. So part of me is excited because she's kind of looking at the mature part, watching what they do. But then, you know, they are like tweens and teens, and not everything they do is all hunky-dory and nice. But, you know, she's loving it. She's got older friends. I think that's important. Chad and I were talking about when we were growing up, like we had older friends, like friends that were in like the classes above us, and just in junior high and high school and that kind of stuff. Like if you stay in these kind of groups, it helps for the transition, I think. Oh, it's so bright out here. I'm trying to get my steps in. My neighbor probably thinks I'm crazy. I don't know if he's a vlogger. He's kind of like older, but he does vlog. If you're watching, Andy. Anyway, so what else is new? Oh, my Baby Step 2 video, like, I was not really happy with the way it turned out. And then, I don't know, I've like re-recorded it 4 times now, and I'm still not liking the way it turned out. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't do this vlogging thing. I didn't have like, I just wasn't into it. But when I first got into Dave Ramsey, I watched YouTube, like Dave Ramsey followers all the time because, you know, I didn't know anybody in my community. The people that I went to, Financial Peace University, like it was such a diverse crowd. And everybody there was kind of like either just starting out or in the middle of Baby Step 2, and then you're only there for like an hour or 2. And I mean, I don't know, it was like the age group was really diverse. Not everybody was close because you just kind of pick a time that works with your schedule. Like, we didn't even go to the one at our church because our church is about 20 or 30 minutes from here. I'm like, you adding an extra hour to any activity during the weeknight? No, thank you. Makes the day way too long. So we went to this other church, which is like 2 miles from our house, and the people were really nice, and they were like, oh, you should go to church here. It's like, there's no way I'm getting my dad to go to church there, because I think the whole thing is like a couple hundred people. We go to one of those mega churches in Northern Illinois where there's like thousands of people, because my dad likes to select who he wants to be friends with at church, but then just kind of wants to blend into the crowd. And I've taken him to 2 small churches, because for a while there our church was going through transitions. What Dave Ramsey says, if you don't get mad at your church, well, you're just not involved. You should be mad when they make changes, or not mad, but you know, express your opinion if you're frustrated, because the only way they're gonna know is if you tell them. I'm so sorry about I should get one of those caps for this so I don't get that glare. I'll do work on that. Yeah, so we tried like 2 churches, and they were both really small, and they were the kind like they knew you were new, and so they're coming over and like attacking you with hugs, and yeah, you know, like, I'm just a little bit picky about who hugs me, that's all. Don't invade the space. I won't invade your space. You do not invade mine. We can handshake. We can do a little wave. You know, but hugs, I kind of like save that for the loved ones. You know, something really sad or something. I don't know. I just like was not about being. I felt kind of attacked, and he did too, because he's like way less huggy than I am. If that's possible. So that's that. But what else is going on? Oh, so I am gonna make my baby step 2 video. I might post what I have, and then just add to it. I still want to do my video on how to raise your credit score, but here's the thing, is I was trying to go online, because like right now, I mean, like all the credit card companies, which, you know, if you're going through baby step 2 and you have access to them, you can view the credit score. It's free, they got it there, why not? But I was trying to like go back, because I want to have some credibility to show you guys, like, oh yeah, we don't know what your credit score is, you could just say it's whatever, and you know. But I looked yesterday, mine's 806, which I'm not surprised. That's pretty high considering we have not had any, we have not had any, like, installment accounts, like car payments, mortgages, any of that kind of stuff for me and Chad in like 10 years. So like when we look at our credit history, that's what it always tells us we're missing. You don't have any installment things. Like, it's 806, like, I'm not gonna run out and get one and shoot for 850, you know, that's just not how this whole thing is working. I just, if I could, I don't know. Do I use credit cards now? Yes, I do. We are in baby steps 4, 5, and 6, and we are also snowballing our mortgage and home equity loan, because, you know, the whole time Obama was president, the Fed interest rate was like 0%. Like, there was nothing. And now all of a sudden, it's like every 3 months it goes up like another quarter. And so my home equity loan, what I was paying like a year ago on like a $215,000 balance, I was paying about $300 a month in interest. And now I've paid off almost, like $50,000 of that, and my monthly payment of just interest is twice that. So it's like almost $600 a month. And every time they raise it a quarter, it like jumps up another 50 or 75 bucks, even though I'm trying to pay off like a few extra, like a couple thousand a month on it. It's just disheartening and discouraging. I'm just like, ugh. So I'll explain to you how I decided to do that too. I'm just gonna make a lot of little videos coming up, and you know, if you have questions or want me to make something else, just let me know. I think Chud's home. What up, Chud? We have parent-teacher curriculum night. Okay. He looks thrilled. But we're gonna go get ready. Yeah. So, as far as our baby steps, we're 4, 5, and 6. Baby step 1 took us maybe a couple of weeks. Baby step 2 and 3 I did together. Because of the lawsuit. I knew I was gonna have to renegotiate a lot of loans to get him, like, to separate the parties, and in order to get a good rate, just the pickle we're in, like, I had to have money to put down. So I started step 3 because I wasn't, like, our lawsuit's been going on for almost 10 years. So, like, when they say, oh, you're gonna have to buy this building, and I'm like, well, last time they told me I had to come up with some money, there was, like, no action for 2 years. So I just started putting, like, a little bit aside. If I didn't have it, then I had to borrow it. You figure it out, whatever. But I just decided that I took all my debt, and I split it by percentage of the debt that it took up and paid it down. And then I split my income 10, 10, 80. So I gave, we tithe 10. I saved 10 no matter what. First it was into the baby step 1. Then when I started step 2, then that just kind of went into, like, our fully funded emergency fund. Now my fully funded emergency fund is way more than I would need for 3 or 6 months, but because of the lawsuit and the thing, like, I don't know, like, I can go for a long time and just have it be boring. We're having a hearing next week on a piece of property that has been in front of, the judge actually retired. We've been in the court so long. The first judge retired, folks. We were almost invited to the party. We have, like, the 3rd oldest court case in our county right now. It's really sad. And the lawsuit's between my dad and his ex-business partner, who is also his brother. They're 13 months apart. And there's just one of those things where, like, sometimes when you want to separate from somebody, no matter how nicely you do it, it's like breaking up with someone. It's the hurt, it's the shock. He has just gone full force, vengeful craziness. And when we started the lawsuit, because we did start it, because we just wanted the separation to be over, and they were my dad and his brother were trying to work it out for about 2.5 years by themselves. And, like, I was involved in it trying to help my dad. My husband's involved. My sister's involved. I just told my dad, like, obviously, we know how he is. He's vengeful and mean. Every time you give him an inch, he's asking for a mile. It's like, let's just, get it in the court's hands and have it documented and get it moving. And, like, the process of that, 2 of his lawyers resigned within, like, a year and a half. So it was like, not legal teams, like, resigned because citing he's too difficult to work with. Yeah, no shit, that's why we're here, like one of those. And then we left our lawyer because he was just a big fat bag of hot air. It has nothing to do with his physical stature or anything. It's just what a mess. So we ended up with Frank. My daughter sees our lawyer more than she sees most of our relatives, folks. That's kind of crazy. But, he's cool. Now, it's like when you have a lawyer that you go to court with and you're doing, like, motions back and forth with at least once a month, or sometimes at least every 6 weeks. So it's usually at least once a month. But I don't know. The bills drop over time because it's like, hey, I need to work on my car. Can I come do it at your warehouse where it's covered? Sure. Hey, I'm having a family reunion. Can you make all these signs? Because that's part of I have the equipment to do it. Sure. So it's like, my legal bills, if I had an attorney who wasn't as personable and wasn't as nice as mine, could be a lot more. He's good at what he does. Sometimes he's like a procrastinator, so he, like, waits until the day before, which just can leave you, like, crazy. But no, where was I going on this? It's been a long day. Oh yeah, my baby step 2 and 3. So we started in January of 2015, and 16, 17, 18. So I want to say about 38 months. Does that sound right? because I was supposed to be done earlier this year, but then Chad had that secret credit card debt. That's great. We could have been out last year. Except, you know what happens, I think, at the end of Baby Step 2? Is, like, you feel like this... You have, like, 2 seconds of relief, and that's it. Like, you think it would be, like, more of a relief. To me, Baby Step 3 is really long and hard. And I guess it really depends on how fully funded you want your fully funded emergency fund. But I wanted a certain amount, which is actually probably more like... bare minimum, probably a year's worth of expenses, just because of the being self-employed thing. Like, when you're in that position, I mean, they have insurances for it or not, and that, but, you know, the whole, like, unemployment, it's kind of just not an option. So, unless you want to pay it, and when you get to a certain point and you can save it and not pay it, then don't pay it, and that's where we're at. So, oh, but yeah, I mean, 38 months was a long time. And, like, I have been following people on YouTube during that whole period. I should list, like, a bunch of the people I followed during those times, because some of it, I mean, it was long, and it's depressing, and it's slow, and I mean, and those little ones you can only knock out so fast if you have little ones. But seriously, my smallest one was like 10,000. My big one, most of mine were like 25,000 or more. It was depressing. And then I was trying to get them all to that like 60% mark, so you didn't like knock one out. It was like everybody got a little bitty bit, everybody got a little bitty bit, over and over and over. At about 6 months in, like when I did my budget, I put all my regular expenses on sinking funds, and then I really only looked at my money. Like, when the bills came in, I'd be like, okay, is it under the monthly average I have or close to it? Fine. I paid bills on Mondays and Fridays and just didn't really look at it. Besides that, because it's like watching AstroTurf grow or paint dry. It is just boring. And you have to find things to, like, entertain yourself. And I'll go over, like, we didn't cut everything we could possibly cut because we knew ours was going to take so long. Like, we kept cable and internet and our full cell phone package. And, you know, we didn't go out to eat unless we have gift cards, which when you have a business and you're ordering supplies, I sign up for You Promise. So, like, every purchase I made through there, I got 5% back. You order through Staples, which also gets You Promise, you get 5% here and 5% there. And then, like, I ship hundreds of thousands of dollars of materials through FedEx, and FedEx has a rewards program. So, like, I mean, FedEx has pretty much covered my Christmas expense for the past several years. Shh, don't tell anybody. But hey, I had to pay, like, a lot of money to get those rewards. I've probably come out to like a penny on the dollar for the worth, but still, it's something. I like it. UPS puts limits on theirs. That's why I'm like, no. And they don't deliver on Saturdays. Now, when UPS starts delivering on Saturdays, then I might consider switching. I know, I'm rambling. It's a long time. I'm just not happy with the video on the Baby Step 2 one that I wanted to put out before I put it out, the one on how we paid down the debt. So, I'm gonna watch it again. Like, sometimes, if you're not sure, like, don't rush it. You put it off to the side. Come back, like, 48 hours later, watch it, and you're like, okay, it's not as horrible as I thought. Or maybe you'll like, no, it sucks, I don't like it. Because Chad was there too, and sometimes he makes me uncomfortable when I'm filming, because it, like, I feel like he's uncomfortable, so it's like, I don't know. But, oh, and then I want to do my screen sharing things, because I do want to be able to, like, I have to go and get my statement history, because the little app for the credit cards online only goes back a year. So my credit score has been 806 for a year. My dad's has been 850 for a year. So I want to be able to show the transition, so you're like, don't think I'm full of poo. Just like, here's where he started. here's where he is. And I have to dig all that up. I really thought it was going to be a lot easier, so shame on me for not doing more research before I gave it time when I was going to put it out. But I'm working on that, and I'm going to go get ready to go sit in a little bitty desk in a first grade classroom, because it is like, I think it's been a week of school as of today, and it's open house night or curriculum night, whatever you want to call it. We all get to go sit in a little desk and hear what they're going to learn this year and how we can help. I love you. I hope you have a great week. Look for my Baby Step 2 video. If you're in Baby Steps 1, 2, 3, or if you're starting 4, 5, and 6, let me know how your journey's going or what you find to be pickly and hard. If you're in Baby Step 7, I don't know. I can't relate. I'm not there. Where's that I can't relate from? Who says that all the time? Is that Jeffree Star? Normally, like, I don't watch a lot of beauty guru videos, but there's so much drama in that community. Like, I can't watch anything on YouTube without, like, some kind of trendy makeup, what do they call those things? Influencer bringing up all this drama. I did watch that documentary thing that, or I don't call it a documentary. Whatever. Well, I guess what Shane Dawson did was kind of a documentary. He's been on YouTube since it started. If you don't know who he is, you must live under a rock. Check him out, Shane Dawson. He's kind of funny, you know. I find him entertaining. His mom is a hoot, and she loves Jesus. The one where he, like, tries to hook her up and then gets a guy that looks like Jesus to come over, or whatever. It was funny. I love it. Anyway. Yeah, but I think it's Jeffree Star who's always like, I can't relate. I can't relate. That's brilliant. Because it's better than saying I don't understand. Because you do understand. I get it, but I can't feel it for you because I can't relate. But anyway, I love you. Bye-bye.